obviously you get booked to do panto very early in the year, and they asked me to top the bill at the Crewe Lyceum, and I obviously said yes. It's quite handy for me because I live in Cheshire, so it was literally only 15-20 minutes from where I lived then. And we went through all the rehearsals, and it was looking, I could tell it was going to be a lovely show. And it was a fabulous cast. They had two leading ladies, Lisa Goddard and Peggy Bass, who were both fabulous. I mean, it was a great cast. And so we started off. Everyone worked very, very hard, and I was looking forward to starting it. Anyway, the first night came, and it was superb. The place was sold out. I think the whole run was basically a sellout, which is very nice. And everything went like a dream, as it doesn't always on first nights. You know, you always expect something to go slightly askew, but it wasn't. It was brilliant. The audience loved it. Great applause and cheers at the end. We did our walk down, and the curtain comes down, and they always do a bounce on the curtain, and it went up. And as it started going up again, I thought, I'm going to treat everybody to a nice drink after this, because they've all worked so hard. And I'm waiting for it to come down again, and it didn't. And I'm thinking, oh, well, there's obviously a problem with the main curtain here. And then suddenly the audience started cheering again in a much bigger way, and I thought, what's going on here? What's happened? And then I was aware in my peripheral vision of this suit walking forward, and as I looked, it was Michael Aspel, and I'm like, oh, well, isn't that lovely? They've come to get Peggy. And I thought, no, if they were to get, it's my panto, I would know if it was. Oh, it must be Lisa. Well, no, it's my panto, I would know. And by the time my brain had sorted out that bit of mush, he's saying, Bob Carolgees, this is your life. I'm like, what? It's just a complete shock. And I noticed a cable, funnily enough, in it, around the theatre. I wanted to say to somebody, but there's a cable there that it looks like it's just temporarily put down. Oh yeah, it's the local television, it's Granada. They're just doing a quick thing on local pantos. I thought, well, that makes sense, because I've had that before with pantos. The local telly turns up with a couple of cameras, so again, I never realised that, hang on, they don't use cabled cameras for local telly, they use handheld, battery powered. But of course, again, when you're thinking about the first show and how it's going to go, it never even occurred to me, so they got me hook, line and sinker. So Michael, of course, eventually explained to the audience that if you'd like to, I know you've had a great time here at the show, and if you'd like to stay a bit longer, please feel free. We're going to film it here and now, so we're just going to get the scene ready. It'll be about 20 minutes. And so that's what had happened. I was taken up to my dressing room, where obviously I got a suit from home had arrived and my clothes from home had arrived, so I knew that my family were there. And when we got back, we're onto the set that they now changed the stage set into a set for This Is Your Life. But it's then, looking round the theatre, I realised I think that theatre probably holds about 1,500 people, probably. But there had to be 2,500, 3,000 people in there. There was people everywhere. It was, health and safety would have gone mad. But every step, everywhere was just full of people. And what I found out in the ensuing weeks is that apparently when it had been announced, because the audience didn't know it was going to be This Is Your Life, but because there weren't as many mobile phones then, but every phone, public phone for hundreds of yards, was being queued at by all the audience, saying to the mates, get down here, or to the parents, get down here, we're doing This Is Your Life with Bob Carolgees. And that's why people were turning up, because Crewe's not a huge city. People were turning up from all over the place and cramming themselves into the theatre. So the atmosphere was fantastic, it really was good. But I think it was more that they thought they might get a free drink. Or I remember most of the people that came on, or they videoed in. I mean, Scylla, obviously, Doddy, because I've worked with Doddy a lot in previous years, and they videoed Chris and Lenny Henry, John Gorman and Sally James were there, and I mean, obviously my family, my mum was still alive then, my dad sadly missed it. My wife and two kids, or my ex-wife and two kids who are only tots. I mean, they're in the mid to late 20s now. But yeah, I thought they covered it very well, because it was a very happy show. It wasn't one of these, oh, where's my handkerchief show. It wasn't one of those. It didn't need to be, because I've always had a fairly normal life. I've worked with Michael several times, because I've been on his chat shows a couple of times. A lovely man, I mean, a true gentleman, and a very nice, genuine guy. He's one of those people, it's as if he's got all the time in the world for you. There's a lot of stars like that who somehow have this ability to make you feel at home immediately, but he is one of those type of people. It was very surreal. Funny enough, my wife of then said to me a few days later, she said, "Did you actually enjoy it?" You know, I said, I did enjoy it. She said, "You haven't really talked about it much, you know, how I said anything." She said, and she said, "I went to an awful lot of trouble to get things ready for that." You know, I said, "No, I know you must have done." I said, "I appreciate it." I said, "But it just doesn't feel as if it should have happened to me. You know, I know when it happens to much more important people, it's like, oh yes, of course, they should do this in your life." I said, "But you see, I've never thought that I gained. I know how far I went up the ladder of success with in the entertainment industry, and there were people far more successful than me and far more talented than me. I'm not just saying it to get. I've never said this to get a compliment. I've always thought this, but I never expected to be got like that. We've still got the book that they present you with, which actually, what they present you with on the day is actually the script. What you get a couple of weeks later in the post is a beautiful. I mean, it really is a beautiful. It's a photographic album, but it's a very good quality, and it's superb, and it's all the photographs from the evening. So it's very nice. I was pleasantly surprised. It was just a complete highlight. It's like receiving, to me, it was like receiving a major award from the Queen or something like that. Yeah, it was brilliant, and it was. I used to watch it. You know, when I was a kid, I used to watch it, and it's lovely to have done it.